How's it, guys? So I'm like a kid waiting for Christmas. I'm at a Nguni Stud Breeder with Freddie Besselaar, and he's in the Northern Cape. Now, I'm starting my video with this shot. I want you guys to see what it looks like here. Guys, they've been going through a drought for a couple of years now, and I don't think you get conditions that are much tougher than this. And yet, look at his cattle. Look at these beautiful Nguni cattle. Look at their condition.
No feeding, nothing.
Guys, what I must just add, and Freddie's adding here from the side, he says he doesn't feed or supplement his animals at all. They only get a salt lick. I don't know of any other breed that can top this. Look at the condition of these animals. There's a calf. I'm just going to go back again. Guys, look at that. There's nothing. There's no grass. On the furthest outskirts, there's the barest bit of grass. But these cows are actually browsing from the trees. They're browsing the leaves, because Ngunis can do that. They graze grass, but they can browse as well if they need to survive. But look at these animals. Look at the sheen on this cow. Look at her condition. She's pregnant. It's been a drought for 2 or 3 years. In fact, 3 years ago, the farm burnt down. There was nothing left. But look at these animals. They are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful animals. What you'll also see, guys, is these animals are polled. So he selects for polled animals, and those that think there might be feed, that's not feed. That crib is just full of dust and manure. It doesn't get used. This used to be a sheep farm, and the facilities are actually built for sheep farming. So yeah, but look at these animals. They are beautiful. In fact, I've seen a couple of herds of different breeds. I don't think I've seen a herd as beautiful as this. Look at these cows. Look at these heifers. Look at those calves. They are really, really beautiful. Which other breed could give you calves under these conditions? And guys, you must remember, this is a stud farm. So that means that these animals must have a good intercalving period, or else they won't be good stud animals. He won't get much for them if he sells them as stud animals to other breeders. So all the figures have to be correct. Look at this. She's beautiful. Now, he's brought them in today just so that I can film. That I can do my piece. And there's a couple of things I want to add to this video, to this thing that I've learned recently about the Nguni. One of the reasons they look as good as they do, they actually have a higher body or blood urea level than any other breed in the world. It's unique to them. And this means that they're able to use that internal or bodily urea to digest grass and even leaves and small twigs that other breeds can't do and can't live off. I'm so dumbstruck and awestruck that I'm actually losing my words here. But in any case, look at that bull. Man, that's a bull. That's a bull. Now, just for the record, this bull runs with this herd every day of the year. He doesn't get removed. So he's permanently working because he has animals coming on heat right through the year. And I can attest, I've bought 3 heifers from him. I've seen what the intercalving periods are. And I can attest that that bull does a good job. Look how tame she is. I'm going to see if I can rub her. Whoops. Very calm temperaments, typical of this breed. Anyway, so this is a stud herd. And guys, what I want to mention is the 2 pregnant heifers I bought, their parents and grandparents. We're looking at intercalving periods of 330 days, 350 days, 360 days, less than a year under these kinds of conditions. That's amazing. I don't know of any other breed that can top this. Yes, other breeds might be more suitable to feedlots, but bring them here and put them only on a salt block. Salt only, that's it, no feeding. Guys, you don't get better than this. I'm really, really dumbstruck. So, I mentioned that an interesting characteristic that is typical only to the Nguni is the fact that they're able to graze grass that would be unsuitable for other breeds because of their internal urea levels. Another interesting thing is they don't need to drink water every single day. And Freddie was telling me he had a farm that's a very hot, dry area, and the cattle would come in every second day to drink water because they hate to graze 7, 8, 9 kilometers away from the water source. This is a very dry area. This Northern Cape's very dry. They don't get much rain. I think it's about 250 millimeters a year on a good year. And he was telling me now he pipes in his water from 9 kilometers away. So farms here are typically very big, but they don't have a lot of water points. Now you can imagine piping in water for 9 kilometers, how dry this area must be, dry and arid. So these animals are drinking today, they're in, but there are times where they don't come in for 2 days. What other breed can survive like that? Temperatures here in the summer, 38, 40 degrees Celsius, so it's a very hot area. But if these animals aren't the perfect example of adaptability, hardiness and toughness, I don't know what breed or what animals would be a better example. And I'm getting tongue twisted once again because I'm actually flabbergasted. I'm really, I just can't believe how good these animals look, considering they aren't fed a drop of lick or a drop of feed. This is just off grazing. It's amazing. If you want to farm profitably with cattle, especially considering the margins that are decreasing each and every year, this is most certainly the breed to look for. Now he puts his heifers in from about 13 months of age. Not all of them will take bull immediately, but he most certainly tries to select for animals. Oh, just look at that, beautiful, that are early maturing. He certainly tries to select for animals that are early maturing. It's a cold day today, so the bulls pulled his scrotum up a little bit. I think we were at 12 degrees Celsius earlier. You can hear my kids in the background. I just want to chase them away because they're stuffing up my video here. But guys, these animals are absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that. Oh, I think I mentioned earlier, he breeds polled animals. He selects for hornless animals because there's a definite market for that. Each and every calf gets registered, and the animals he deems suitable for stud breeding are then checked by inspector at the age of 2 years old before they can be written up into the stud book. They don't do phase D testing. It doesn't make sense. Phase D testing gets done on breeds that are fed and bred for the feedlot. These are outside, by the way. He brought the herd in to take my heifers out, and these were still standing outside. They'd been grazing. They've since come to the party, so he's going to open them up now to get some water. But look at the different coat patterns. Look how fat this animal is. I just want to, sorry, I'll get back to my original point now. Just look how fat over the back. That's a little bull calf. Look at the background, guys. Just have a look, and you can see under the trees, up to a certain height, there's no leaves because they've been eating the leaves. Now these animals, I've got a small area on my property where there's a lot of trees and bush, so I'm hoping they're going to clean that up a bit. In any case, coming back to my original point, so they don't do phase D testing. You have to record the births of all the calves. They need to determine the intercalving periods for each and every animal, and of course their calving rates. At 2 years of age, the inspectors come out. They go through the herd or go through the animals that are up for inspection. Those that make the cut are then registered as stud animals, and those that don't make the cut go for commercial or for slaughter. Although looking at these animals, I don't think he has many that wouldn't make the cut. Look at that beautiful heifer. He's been doing this for over 30 years. Now, something I want to add. He was involved in the Brahman breed when it first came to South Africa. I think it was 1977. He was one of the first officials that did inspections and so forth. And he initially farmed with Brahman. And it's a good breed. It's a good breed. However, he found this breed to be more suitable to his area. And he's been farming with these animals for over 30 years. Just look at that condition. Guys, I wish you could see this in real life, in real time. I don't think the camera will do them justice. Average size in the cows here will probably be about 380 to 400 kilos. Bigger framed animals won't survive or do as well under these conditions. Here's a bull, he's got horns. As I said, he selects for polled animals. That doesn't mean he doesn't have any horned animals. Occasionally you still get one or two that pop out with horns, and sometimes he has to get in new genetics into his herd. There are not many animals that select for polled cattle, so sometimes he has to get animals from people who still have horned animals. So yeah, I'm getting flustered. I'm just so awestruck. I don't think I've seen a herd as beautiful as this given these conditions. I'm really, really gobstruck. Have a look at this cow over here. Okay, she's standing at an angle. But this is one of the very good characteristics of the Nguni. The slope on the rump. It means that they can calve easily. You don't generally have calving problems. Now another thing is, Ngunis are often used in conjunction with bigger meat breed bulls. And apparently the Nguni can actually manipulate the size of her calf, and that's one of the reasons she doesn't have problems giving birth, over and above the fact that she has a nice sloped rump. So the cow or the heifer can actually determine the size of the calf so that the calf isn't too big at birth. I mean, I've heard of guys putting Sussex on Ngunis, which is a fairly solid breed. I've heard of people using limousines, which is a large frame breed. But man, guys, just look at that. Look how shiny she is. Look at the sheen. Look at the coat covering. And yet they're solid little cows. Guys, this is beautiful. I didn't expect this, I must be honest. I knew I was coming to a good farmer. I knew he had good genetics. I could see on the booklet when I selected my 2 pregnant heifers, I could see that the animals were quality. I wasn't prepared for this though. Look at this beautiful little cow. Guys, this area is tough. It's rough. I just want to get to that bull. I don't want to drag this out unnecessarily, but I'm at that point where I don't want it to end. I'm really, really loving this. Just beautiful, beautiful animals. Now, of course, little calves are going to be a little bit more hairy up until the time when they become, or if they've developed sexually. Oh, come on. They tend to be hairy, but once the hormones have kicked in and just look at that bull. This bull's got good length. I would guess he'd weigh around about 750 kilos. Now, guys, if you just look at that bull quickly, a bull must have a wedge opening towards the front. So think of a bodybuilder who's got broad shoulders, who only works out his upper body and nothing on the bottom, none of his legs. We often see these guys. That's what a bull must look like. He must have a V-shaped or a wedge towards the front. Look at this bull, masculine. Prominent masculine eye banks. Yes, he does have horns, as I said. The pool of polled genetics is pretty slim, so he sometimes has to use animals with horns, but he still selects for the polled factor. But anyway, look at this bull. Look at the muscling on his neck. He's hiding away now. Look at the muscling on his neck. Oh, just look at this beautiful calf. Oh, guys, I just can't get enough of this. I'm rambling, I know, but if you were able to be here and see these animals, you'd understand why. Okay, he's realized I'm after him. I'm trying to get a good shot of him. But this bull's got beautiful length, good strong legs without being overly coarsely built, good walking ability. These animals tick all the boxes. The females are fine. I just want to see here. She has a wedge shape towards the back. She's heavily pregnant. You can see it. In fact, there are a few animals here that don't either have a calf at foot or don't show signs of being heavily pregnant. That one's going to calf pretty soon. You can see the vulva swollen up. She's not far. Oh, another point before I forget, guys. The Nguni doesn't produce liters and liters of milk. However, they've done the test or the tests, and the quality of the milk is very good. In other words, it's a very concentrated, for want of a better description, creamy, nutrient dense milk. So they don't provide liters and liters of milk. They don't provide large volumes of milk, but the milk's very concentrated, and that's why the calves look so good. They don't need that much milk because it's concentrated. Just look at this bull. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want to waffle on too much. I'm saying again, oh, in the background there, he even has, well, I call them Nguni goats, but they're not really. They've got a name, and I don't know what it is. I can't remember. If I can get closer, I'll actually take a, but they're indigenous goats, also speckle type goats. I'm going to see if I can just zoom in quickly. All right, that's it. Guys, I just thought I'd just add this in. You can see it's a very dry, arid area. And Freddy has Senol bulls. He's actually got a Senol stud as well. Now these bulls are indigenous to the St. Croix Islands. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the name. But they're also cattle that are resistant to high temperatures, high humidity. They don't have long hair because of where they come from. And this bull's just been taken out of the herd because he has a commercial herd as well. This bull's just been taken out of the herd. He's done his service. He doesn't feed licks. And I'm going to show you another bull when I come around the corner. And it just shows you what types of animals we need to look at. These are indigenous animals. While they're not indigenous to our country, here's Freddy and my sons having a chat. Freddy, the owner of the cattle. But just look at this bull. Masculine. Look at that, pawing the ground. Look at the wrinkles on his forehead. Look how shiny he is. He's going into the herd next. He's going to do service. Masculine, well-muscled, thick-necked, no doubt. Look at the head. Look at the wrinkles around his head and his ears. Tough animals. Not large-framed, they're medium-framed animals. Certainly a good cross if you want to use your Ngunis for commercial purposes. I think you can't go wrong with these. Really beautiful bulls. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just look at this bull. Senol. Just look at him. I don't want to go inside because I'm not sure if my life insurance is up to date. Guys, these animals don't get fed. What you see is just natural veld condition. They're in a drought. They've had a drought for the last 2 or 3 years. The farm burned down 3 years ago. This one's obviously being fed a little bit because it's now in the camp or in this little enclosure. Look at the muscling on this animal. It just says a lot about his testosterone levels. Beautiful, beautiful animals. Guys, that's it. Senol. We'll chat again. Cheers.